We were playing mini sticks. The game was over. I'm pretty sure I won. Like I probably won was what happened.
She probably will tell the story differently, but I beat her. And then she pushed me into the wall and I cut my forehead open.
Here's what happened. She tripped over my foot and just went right headfirst into the wall. They took her to the hospital. The first thing my brother did when he saw me was he said, "You're gonna go to jail for this." And obviously I believed him, and I was crying all night because I knew like I wouldn't survive in jail, and it was like a huge ordeal for me. I definitely won the game. That's the important thing, is that I won that mini sticks game.
Amy and I think because we've had 4 older brothers, we've always been really close. My mom was just praying for a girl, and I think when she got a girl, she was like, oh yes, she can go and dance and all these other things, but I wanted to be like my brothers, and I would steal their gear and wear it around. Growing up, my brothers would kind of beat on us, but I think that's where me and Amy got some toughness from.
Well, Sarah saw her at a Canadian Nationals tournament and was really struck by her speed and skill, the ability that she had to put the puck in the net. And at the time, I didn't even know Sarah had a younger sister. With Amy, obviously saw her play a little later. Again, struck by her size, her strength, her hands.
As I started to get more schools, Minnesota started talking to me, and I looked up their program, and I just was in awe of their success.
I knew as soon as she saw Minnesota, she could not stop talking about it. At the end of the day, just with how close my family is, I definitely wanted to play with her.
Growing up together, hockey was our dream. We wanted to be on Team Canada together. We wanted to go to the same school together. For this to all happen has been absolutely better than we could ever imagine. I have dreamt of playing in the Olympics, have had a good experience with Hockey Canada. Going through the Olympic year was one of the hardest years I think I've ever gone through. 2017 I was centralized, so they took about 26 girls. So I took the year off school and we all moved to Calgary. We just kind of trained as a team, and then they did first round of cuts November, and then the last cuts were in December.
We lived together and we were both the 2 youngest on the team. Definitely helped us both having a family member there.
Being cut from that team was probably the most devastating thing that I've gone through. And Amy was cut about a month earlier, and that just like broke me.
After I got cut, Sarah and I went for breakfast at a breakfast place, and we went there and I got some fruit or whatever. I was like pretty upset, wasn't really feeling it. And I look up and Sarah is just bawling. And she had like 2 massive crepes with like just covered in whipped cream, and she was just like broken down. And it turned into like me having to comfort her.
We kind of joke around, and that's our relationship. And I think when one of us is upset, the other one is just as upset, if not more.
They see each other well on the ice. They have a whole lot of fun together off the ice. We split them up this year after a few weeks, really to kind of free them up to just be themselves. When you see the 2 of them together and you add Olivia Knowles, they just get incredibly goofy.
Us 3 have our own sense of humor, and the rest of the team has their sense of humor, and the team doesn't really get our sense of humor, but we think we're hilarious.
I think if the other sister wasn't there, most people wouldn't think they were quite that funny.
It's kind of interesting because we always obviously got along when we were little, and I never really thought that we could get much closer as we did during centralization and after centralization and being cut together. And it's kind of cool to see the older you get, the closer you get.
I'm really proud of her and like how far she's come. I think a lot of times it's hard to have an older sister, but she has her own story, and she's been unbelievable for our team this year.